ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another edition of A2C Emergence. I'm Elliot. I'm joined here by Quan. This is the go-home show before an action-packed Survivor Series weekend.
And ladies and gentlemen, we end things off on the go-home show between two men that will be in War Games. The leader of Team Emergence for War Games, Dominic Mysterio of the Judgment Day and of the Authority, the Game, Triple H.
And 4-man from Overkill and 4-man from Emergence will do battle in an 8-man battle royale. Now, it's brand supremacy this weekend, but it's every man for themselves tonight.
And we also have Joe Gacy and AJ Styles ahead of their big trios match at Survivor Series, the Red Circle and the Phenomenal Elite. Joe Gacy and AJ Styles got one-on-one here tonight in Norfolk.
And just hours before they go head-to-head for the Women's World Championship, Roxanne Perez and Liv Morgan will team up with Sky Blue and Becky Lynch in our opener All-Star Tag match.
Of course, we have the Women's Champion and her challenger, and we also have the Queen of the Ring finalist kicking us off here tonight. But here comes the head of the Women's Division, the prodigy of the Women's Division, Roxanne Perez.
In just a matter of hours, Roxanne Perez is going to take on Sky Blue for the Women's World Championship, looking to defend her throne and defend her championship successfully.
Dan has been an incredible champion ever since winning it back at Saturday night's main event back in Portland, Oregon on Halloween Havoc weekend. Roxanne Perez had a very great match against Sky Blue just a few weeks ago on Overkill. She would barely come out on top. Sky Blue earned herself a women's championship match even in her loss to the women's champion, and now she looks to prove it again as she looks to get very much closer to that women's championship. But another woman that is looking to get close to that women's champion is could be the future Queen of the Ring, Liv Morgan.
As in comes Liv, and her and Becky Lynch, who before in a matter of hours will face in the Queen of the Ring finals. They will go head-to-head in tag team competition. And Quan, who do you think could come out on top? Who do you think has the edge going into tomorrow night at Survivor Series?
When it comes to experience in the women's division, Becky Lynch has had a lot more experience in this division and has even had a crack at the women's championship already. But you cannot bet against Liv Morgan. You can't bet against what she has done and who she has beaten going into this Queen of the Ring tournament and now into the finals. I would say it's a complete split down the middle, 50-50 between these two women. And I just hope both teams have fun.
Here comes the man, Becky Lynch.
Certainly have to fix my tone when the man comes around, because Becky Lynch is eager to get back at that women's championship, whether that will be Roxanne Perez or Sky Blue getting an early glimpse of what could be a possible women's championship match in the very near future, as Becky Lynch looks to join her husband Seth frickin' Rollins at the top of the mountain here in A2C.
Try to become what A2C's first power couple, I think, to hold both championships.
I believe so. I would definitely believe so. That'd be a very, very big first, very big history making, a very, very, very English. It's coming out of my mouth eventually. Here comes the challenger for the Women's World Championship, Sky Blue.
Chicago, Illinois, Sky Blue.
Of course, we saw Sky Blue on Overkill a few weeks ago. As I said, had one of the most incredible women's matchups I've had the pleasure of calling here in A2C. Sky Blue and Roxanne Perez pulled on an absolute showdown, and they get to do it again at Survivor Series. But we get a glimpse of that and the Queen of the Ring finalist. Big tag team action kicking us off in Norfolk, and here we go. Everyone going after each other. Survivor Series opponents, not only about the women's championship, but about brand supremacy. That is what this weekend is about. It's about Overkill and Emergence. Which brand is superior? We are going to find out by the end of this weekend.
Now Roxanne, pinning combination already on Becky, but Sky Blue is there to break it up.
Not wasting any time switching it up now as Perez goes after Becky Lynch. But, oh my God, Sky Blue almost got shoulder checked by Becky. Roxanne with that spinning kick. Blocked by Blue. And now look at Sky. DDT. Dropping Perez right on the top of her head as Liv goes to the outside.
Now Blue sends the Women's World Champion in the corner. What's Sky Blue thinking here? No, Roxanne counters with an elbow of her own. And now a big drop kick by Roxanne Perez.
Oh, look at Liv. Oh, my goodness. At least we just go for the head scissors, but Roxanne and Liv kind of doing a little bit of teamwork there. Kind of tandem offense. Big knee right to the face. Sky Blue may be busted open, I believe. Roxanne, look at this head scissors of her own. Sending Becky right into the trash can.
Now Blue just throwing her. Roxanne, as my stream is lagging. What's going on?
My monitor is like completely frozen. Wake up. There we go.
There we go.
Sky Blue sending Liv into the corner. Big knee to the face by Becky.
Now Becky turning her attention back to Liv. Oh, big kick right to...
Sky Blue got her hand. She got a shovel. Waiting for Perez to get up. Waiting for the champion to get up. She got the shovel in hand. Oh my gosh. Right across the face. Oh my gosh. She chucked it out of the ring. And now as Liv takes her down, Becky's going to go... I thought she was going to go grab the shovel, but never mind. She knows underneath the ring has, I believe, a light tube. Yes, she does. She has a light tube just casually underneath the ring right across the face of Liv Morgan. Becky soaking up the response here from the fans in Norfolk, Virginia. As Blue now on the top. Calls up Perez. There's the crossbody. Becky with a drop kick right to the face of Liv Morgan, who Liv gets right back to her feet. Both women colliding with each other. Perez and Blue still going after each other. Look at Becky Fireman's carry position has Liv. Liv getting out of it. Roxanne sends Blue face first into the turnbuckle. Send her back into the ring. Bump, big drop kick. And a Sky Blue with a spinning Harlem sidekick. And another one to the back. My goodness.
Now Becky.
Oh, no, on the glass. Oh, my goodness. The cover by Blue lateral press not going to be enough.
Becky under the rope. She's got another trash can.
Look at that. Oh, stop. Double super kick to Liv. And Blue is looking for the win. Looking for the code. Blue, maybe. No, Liv. Elbow right to the knee. As Becky, look at this. Fisherman sit out. Buster. Takes out the women's champion. And Sky Blue, Canadian Destroyer. Taking out Liv Morgan. Becky and Sky Blue are all over these two right now. Look at Sky Blue with the trash can. No, look at Perez. Wheelbarrow dumps her on her face. Sky Blue, oh my goodness, what an elbow right to the face. Right off the jaw of the champion. And now picks her Russian leg sweep. Perez getting a little personal there. Big leg drop by Becky Lynch.
Now Perez going into the cover on Blue and kick out.
Oh my goodness, what a bulldog.
Now Sky Blue, big backstabber to Roxanne, and now Blue going into the cover on Roxanne, and a kick out at 1.
These women could go all night if they had to. Doing whatever it takes. Look at Sky Blue, big combination to Liv Morgan. Now on the ropes. Oh my God, has her hung up on the second rope.
Blue going to the outside. What she's looking for is that a barbed wire?
Oh my goodness, a barbed wire baseball bat. Perez gotta watch out. Oh, she gets it, and oh my God, she nails her with it. Right to the top of the head as well.
Now Blue going back inside the ring as she turns her attention to Liv Morgan.
She's biting her fingers.
Ooh.
And, oh, Jesus. The bat right across the face. Perez was going for the crossface, but Becky counters, manhandle slam. Down she goes to pin the women's champion. Is she going to go for it? Yes, she is. Hooks the leg on Perez. Is she going to make history here tonight? No. Perez kicks out and Liv. Shot right to the face of Becky Lynch. The boot right on the face. Sky Blue trying to fight back against Liv, but Liv elbows to the gut, fighting back against Sky Blue. Over the
Now Liv.
Oblivion. Oblivion out of nowhere.
Standing Oblivion by Liv Morgan, and she just chucked that trash can at Becky.
My good God, and now she's beating her with the barbed wire baseball bat. The bottom tip nailing right across the face. Now here's the cover to put this one away to beat Becky Lynch. Oh no, just a kick out. You gotta think, Elliot, what could a win for either of these women do against their opponents for Survivor Series? What could that do going for their momentum at Survivor Series?
Definitely could lead them in the right direction, especially considering with Sky Blue going into Sunday for her Women's World Championship match, and as well as either Liv or Becky, they are immediate #1 contenders for this Women's World Championship.
Perez. Sorry to interrupt you, but Perez was going for a second row pop rocks. Barely was able to get out of it with Sky Blue, who goes for her own version. Here's the code. Blue, she nails the champion. This nearly put her away in overkill. Will it do it this time? Cover on the champion. Oh my God.
Oh, close.
Very close to count as Liv now has Becky into the cover. Hooks the leg on. Oh, almost had the advantage going into the Queen of the Ring finals, but Becky kicks out. Perez now a Sky Blue dumps her with a power bomb. And was going for a senton.
Now Becky sends Liv in the corner. Now Roxanne.
Baylor. Oh my goodness. Dumps her on her face. Cover on Becky Lynch. Cover on the man. But no, Sky Blue is able to break it up. Look for a senton. Missed completely. Perez now calls out Becky Lynch. Liv. Oblivion to Sky Blue. Crossface locked in on Becky Lynch. Roxanne is looking to make the man tap out. We'll see tap. Sky Blue's been neutralized. Becky's got nowhere to go. Barely staying in it, and now Liv. Look at this, rolls her over as Perez calls her up again. Cover on Sky Blue, though, by Liv Morgan. Hooks the leg, and that is going to be it.
So Liv Morgan picking up the win for her team. Doesn't pin Becky necessarily, but this could definitely give Liv some momentum going into Survivor Series come Sunday.
Indeed it does. Only affecting the person that got the pin here tonight, and that was Liv Morgan. Gives her that high ride to Survivor Series to Sunday, where she will face Becky Lynch in the Queen of the Ring finals, and Roxanne also getting that W. Looking forward to her title defense against Sky Blue on that very same night.
Big win for the champion and maybe potentially the #1 contender. But coming up next, we have each one man representing from the trios match coming up tomorrow night. AJ Styles will take on Joe Gacy right now.
I don't want to point it out, but every single match you said is tomorrow night. You've gotten it wrong completely, and I'm so sorry.
It's the CTE. It's the CTE.
The CTE, but we're gonna ignore it. Joe Gacy from Overkill. Joe Gacy, his career has had a spiral unlike no other. He's been in the main event scene. Also, former Royal Rumble winner Joe Gacy. Let's not forget to mention that. Of course, main event of WrestleMania for the Universal Championship, was unsuccessful in capturing it, and then I believe he fought for the Universal Championship 3 other times and was once again unsuccessful in capturing, would eventually capture tag team gold when he found the red circle. And now, yeah.
It's definitely been a bipolar type of career for Gacy, to say the least. But in many instances, he has been very, very successful here in his time in A2Cs, but he's taken on another man who potentially could be the greatest of all time here in A2C. And that's the phenomenal A2C. AJ Styles.
Without a shadow of a doubt, probably a first ballot Hall of Famer in A2C. I mean, Elliot, the records speak for themselves. AJ Styles, two-time A2C World Champion, two-time Universal Champion. Some of the most, probably the most A2C pay-per-view appearances of all time.
Lots of haters, lots of doubters on this man, AJ Styles, but you can't take away history from him. He potentially will go down as the greatest of all time, if not the greatest of all time, in my opinion.
I do humbly agree. And fun fact, as I was saying, most pay-per-view appearances tomorrow night, or yeah, in your words, tomorrow night, but also on Sunday, when AJ Styles faces off against the Red Circle Nut Trios match alongside Kenny Omega and Bret Hart. That will be AJ Styles' all-time 35th A2C pay-per-view appearance. That is the most. That is the most pay-per-view appearances that out of any A2C superstar. And Johnny Gargano is right underneath him with 28, coming up 29 tomorrow when he takes on Seth Rollins in the main event. And both these men going straight after each other. No love lost here between Gacy and Styles as we got some big chain wrestling between these two. As Gacy and Styles center of the ring, as Gacy overpowering the Phenomenal One, sending him into the corner. Referee got to separate these two here. And Gacy with a big shot to the face. No love lost here, as I've already said, between both these men. A lot of hatred already. Styles with a Pele kick right to the top of the head. Gacy goes crumbling to the mat. Over the elbow. Big boot right across the face. Look at that one-legged dropkick. Just Gacy flying into the air. As now has the jaw, has the head of Styles. Of course, a part of the Phenomenal Elite, Kenny Omega and Bret Hart. Kenny Omega and Bret Hart would face off last week in the G1 semifinals. One of them was set to pull double duty, and it would end up being Bret Hart making his partner tap out to the sharpshooter. And the best there is, the best there ever was, the best there ever will be. Will go one-on-one with the Authority's Jimmy Uso, who has a lot of duties that weekend on his own, as he will be pulling triple duty. As we get some more chain wrestle between these two, and I stand here at this commentary booth, not being able to fathom how much pain Jimmy Uso is going to be in after this weekend. He has to defend his tag titles with Carmelo Hayes against the Awesome Truth, and he also has to go into War Games against the Judgment Day. Not to mention he is in the finals of the G1, as I've already said, against Bret the Hitman Hart. Winner will earn themselves a World Championship match. As Gacy has been dominating Styles throughout the likes of this match, now calls up AJ Styles. Gacy at the top with a clothesline, taking on Styles. We were across the face, and there's a forearm by Styles. But look, Gacy right back to his feet. Christ almighty, just sending him into the barricade. As Styles now back in the ring, catching his breath. Count of 4 by the officials. Gacy's going to wander back into the ring. There's the arm drag by Styles, getting back to his feet. Has Gacy right where he wants him. By the head, looking to send him into the turnbuckle. Big right hand by Styles. And now look, oh my goodness, what a suplex into the corner. It was like Gacy's head almost landed on the mat there. As Styles now picks the arm. Big cross arm breaker now applied on Gacy. Could be looking to make him tap, but no. Gacy with some big right hands of his own. Getting back to his feet, getting back on the offensive of this match. Pops him up. Styles goes face first on the canvas, and Gacy is feeling the adrenaline here in Norfolk as he now has Styles in the center of the ring. Springboard cross body, barely makes it, clearing the distance, but Styles immediately back to his feet now. Picks him up. Ooh, inside cradle, looking to get Gacy down for a 3. Can he do it? Here's the cover, but no. Styles able to pick him up now. Could be going for a... Oh, no. Oh, I thought he was going for a brain buster, but no, he goes for a suplex neck breaker. Gacy fighting back against Styles, ducks underneath. Oh, center of the ring. Styles is in a bad way. Verter breaker dumps him on the back of his head. Styles is out. Cover by Gacy to get the advantage going into the trios match, but it's not going to be enough.
Technical difficulties from my end. I apologize.
Oh, good, but you may be closing in on the end as we could be closing in on the upside. Down for Styles, and down he goes. Cover by Gacy to get the biggest win of his A2C career. No, Styles kicks again.
Gacy now just targeting the right arm of AJ. Maybe could be playing an effect if he wants to hit that phenomenal forearm later on in this match.
That's what Gacy's all about. Gacy is about that wild style, but he's also about just dominating his opponent. As Styles on the apron, could have been perfect position, but no. Gacy luring him back into the ring. Irish whip over the elbow. Kind of fired off too soon, but Styles with a forearm of his own. And here comes the phenomenal one, showing the heart and affection we've always seen. There's the Pele to the top of the head, and Gacy is out. Cover by Styles to put away Gacy, getting that momentum going in to Sunday. No, it's not going to be enough.
Now AJ trying to bring Gacy back to the ring for whatever he could be doing. Now Styles.
Imagine. Oh, look at this. Figure four, maybe? Yes, he's got it locked in. Figure four is now in.
But Gacy gets out of that just in time. Well, not even just in time. It was really fast. Oh, what a big pump kick by Joe Gacy. And now Gacy on the outside calling up AJ.
Gacy.
Looking for
he was looking for a slingshot shoulder tackle, but Styles was able to get out of the way. Now the Irish whip by the phenomenal one. Ducks underneath. Has a lot of separation here. There's the leapfrog. The athleticism by Styles. Pops him up. Oh, no. Gacy's in a world of hurt. Styles clash. My goodness. The pop-up style. Stacks both legs on Gacy to get the victory, but Gacy's able to power out again.
Great combination from AJ Styles.
Styles not done. Another one, another Styles clash, stacks him up this time properly. That foot is definitely on the rope. The referee is in clear view of it. Oh, but Gacy kicks out.
A pair of Styles clashes from AJ, and it wasn't enough to put down Gacy. And now AJ,
wait a minute, caught the leg. Oh, my goodness, even float DDT. Styles get turned inside out as Gacy now goes to the top rope. What could he be doing here? That's nearly 280 plus pounds, I believe. Off the top, big splash by Gacy.
Joe Gacy fired up. And now going back to the outside, maybe looking again for that slingshot shoulder tackle, and this time he hits it.
Just all that power going into the shoulder of Styles, and now looking to send him to the upside down. He nails it for a second time. Cover on AJ Styles to get the biggest win for Gacy, but no, Styles somehow, some way.
So close yet again, and now, this with the looked like a leg drop, and now Styles with a drop kick.
Styles feeling himself here in Norfolk. Calling up the former tag champ as Styles now perched on the top rope. Oh my, went for a double axe handle right to the back of the head, but no. Gacy, the Irish whip on a down. Styles went for a back elbow. Styles counters. Styles now backbreaker flatliner combo. Heavily devastating, and now picks Gacy back to his feet. Shot to the face. Big combination by Styles. Duck under, and there's the elbow.
AJ now seems to have Gacy on his heels, just toying away on the neck, looking to apply pressure, looking to make it a factor. And now AJ going back up to the top rope.
That's a far distance. That's more than halfway across the ring. But Styles was looking to nail an elbow drop, but Gacy gets out of the way. And now the Irish whip by Gacy. Oh my God! He may have just broke Styles' back. And look at Gacy eyeing up the phenomenal one. Gacy once more from AJ Styles as he charges at him into the corner, and he drives his knee right into his skull. Oh no, Gacy. Gacy thought he was a cruiserweight for a second. He was trying to go. Oh, he's still going for it. Double axe handle connects. Spins it around. Oh, Styles is in a bad position. Gacy on the good side. Rings of Saturn is now locked in. Both of Styles' arms are trapped. He's got nowhere to go. Styles might tap here.
AJ center of the ring. But
Gacy's gotta let go.
Gacy again. Now for the third time. Maybe looking again for the upside down.
Styles is out cold. Cover by Gacy. Biggest win of his career. Gacy slays the phenomenal one.
Big win for Joe Gacy of the Red Circle going into Survivor Series.
Not only a big win, that's a much-needed win for Joe Gacy. What a victory against a four-time world champion here in A2C.
Definitely his biggest win of his career. But coming up next, two of their before the Awesome Truth and the Authorities, Carmelo Hayes and Jimmy Uso do battle for the tag team championships. Melo and Miz, former allies, not enemies, will meet again, and in this time in the A2C ring.
Quiet on the set.
Don't mention that shitty tag team. Here comes The Miz, the King. More importantly, The Miz. The Miz has had a rocky career in A2C, former world champion, believe it or not, former Oceanic champion as well, and this year's King of the Ring. The Miz has had a decorated singles career in A2C, but now looks to add tag team gold to that already stacked resume as he teams up with former Oceanic champion in his own right, R-Truth, to also get those tag titles for him to add another championship to both men's resume. But they have to go up against probably one of A2C's greatest tag teams of all time, top 3 at best. Carmelo Hayes and Jimmy Uso, an unlikely team, but they have been so dominant and probably currently the second best tag team championship reign of all time. Of course, right behind the unforgettable reign of the Judgment Day. And when I say Judgment Day, I mean Ilya Dragunov and Stone Cold Steve Austin, who has since retired, so unfortunately we won't get to see that again, but we still do get to see the here and the now. As I'm talking about the past, we talk about the now, and that is Carmelo Hayes. You see gold around his waist, but that is always a familiar sight, as Carmelo Hayes is a 2-time Universal Champion, no stranger to big time matches, as he will be center stage as well. All of the Authority have a lot of... They're getting their hands dirty this weekend, as Johnny Gargano's pulling double duty, Jimmy Uso's pulling triple duty. Carmelo Hayes also technically pulling triple duty this weekend, as he's got this match, he's got his tag titles to defend, and he will also be, of course, in War Games. And Triple H is pulling double duty as well, because he faces Dominic Mysterio in our main event, who will also be pulling double duty and will be in the main event in War Games. But here we go. We get a sneak peek of our A2C Tag Team Championship match as we see one half of it. Carmelo Hayes and The Miz one-on-one. Miz was going to grab Hayes straight at the gate, but oh my goodness, Melo following it off with a drop kick and a moonsault, immediately trying to put The Miz away, trying to embarrass him, but a kick out by the A-lister. And Melo has just been ruthless since joining the Authority. You can see a side of him that we have never seen before when he was Universal Champion. Just ruthless aggression, as Triple H would so simply put it, as he's injected into Carmelo Hayes.
Now Melo has Miz off the ropes, and a big running drop kick right to the Miz. Miz smartly rolls out the ring to compose himself.
Miz has Melo on the apron. Melo staying in the fight. Forearm to the face. Look at the thunder roll by Melo, though. Irish whip on Miz. I'll send to the official. Miz had to be very careful there not to get himself disqualified. Even though it wasn't his fault. Has him on his shoulders, center of the ring. Drops him down, and now look at stretching out that arm and leg at the same time. Also just putting the knee to the spine as well as Miz. Now calling up Carmelo Hayes, feeling the adrenaline here in Virginia. Go for a springboard. Miz cross bodied, and Melo just watches him fall. And now he's just beating the hell out of him. Melo is, I don't know what it is, but Carmelo Hayes always seems so pissed off whenever he enters the ring as he goes into the cover again on the Miz. Hooking the leg, not going to be enough.
Now Melo has the upper hand on Miz right now, and he has
this. Shout out to his fellow WrestleMania main eventer. The rings of Saturn were locked in, but quickly let go, and allowing Miz to get the upper hand there.
Now Miz with the big knee to the midsection. And now Melo sends Miz off the ropes, and Miz evaded the drop kick. Miz with the right to Melo, and
first 48. Miz is down. Melo dumps him immediately out into the cover, hooking the leg on the Miz to get the advantage going into the tag title match. But no, Miz staying annoyingly resilient to Carmelo Hayes as Miz continues to fight back, spins it around, axe handle right to the back of the neck.
Now Miz again, maybe looking again for that springboard cross body, see if he hits it this time, and Melo again evades it. He's just been playing possum with that move so far in this match, and now Miz with some elbows to the midsection.
Fighting back as much as he can. The Irish whip, and he's looking to let that sink in with that kitchen sink knee as he's looking to go for a different one as he runs into the corner, calls up Carmelo Hayes, charging up the Busaiku knee right to the face. Melo is out, covered by Miz to get an upset to pin Carmelo Hayes. This would be huge for Miz, but a kick out by Melo at just one.
Now Miz has a flurry of kicks, and they are the it kicks made famously by the Miz. Not that bum Brian Danielson.
As he now calls up Carmelo Hayes, he's going for skull crushing finale. Melo spins it around. Look at Melo, German suplex, dumping the Miz on the back of his head. Miz might be out cold, covered by Carmelo Hayes. Is he gonna, oh my God, kick out at nothing. The referee didn't even start the count. Picks him now, vertical, oh no, Falcon Arrow by Carmelo Hayes as he now goes to the top rope. Miz is down and out. Melo calls him up. Looking to shoot here on Miz, but now the crossbody connects. It sounded really bad out of context, but now the cover on the Miz, hooking the leg. Miz staying in the match. Small off the ropes, going for that missile drop kick again. No, oh my goodness, a neck breaker. Snapmare neck breaker by Hayes as he now has Miz by the face right off the turnbuckle. Pulls him up, going for the scoop slam. Miz reversing it. Reverse DDT.
Miz now has a leg.
We saw this earlier.
Miz looking to lock in the figure four in the center of the ring on Carmelo Hayes, looking to tap out the tag team.
Melo turns it.
Melo reverses the pressure, and both men seemingly get out.
That'd be the second former. Oh my goodness! He went for at the chop block, but Miz is still on his feet. There's the neck breaker. Melo's out. Miz is feeling it. Miz is charging up from the energy of this Norfolk crowd as Melo gets crashed to the floor by the Miz. He would be the second former world champion to lock in the figure four here tonight.
Now taking the fight to the outside. And now, big clothesline by Melo on the outside. Now Melo stomping away on the Miz.
Miz could have been thinking of that tilt-a-whirl facebuster, but Miz fighting back. Kicks right to the leg of Hayes. Went for another one. Caught the leg. Miz, Matt return onto the floor. As Melo straight back to his feet, Thunder rolls out of it at count of 5, but both these men got to get back in the ring as Miz chucks him back in. Melo struggling back to his feet, count of 6. Miz back in the ring. Shot right to the gut. Hayes has the opening on Miz, dragging him to the corner. Carmelo Hayes trying to put Miz away, but Miz is staying defiant. Has him right where he wants to. Could have been thinking skull-crushing finale, but Melo's able to counter again. Melo shot right to the spine of the Miz, sends it back into the corner. The Irish whip picks him up for a scoop slam. Miz floats over again, telegraphing it instantly. Reverse DDT. Melo is out.
Melo
Back on his feet. Tilt-a-whirl. There's the DDT.
Now Melo going into the cover. Shoulders down on Miz and a kick out at 2 by the Miz. Now Melo, a big kick right to the shoulder.
Looking like right across the neck for a second as Carmelo's look at this combination. Just punches right off the face of the Miz. Melo reversing the Irish whip attempt by the Miz. Sends him onto the apron now. Melo, oh no. Miz is going to be in a world of hurt. There's the slingshot DDT. Shout out to his faction mate, his the current Universal Champion, Johnny Gargano. A one final beat-esque maneuver onto the apron, the hardest part of the ring. Miz might be concussed.
Now Melo.
He turned inside out midair to hit that frog splash on the back of the Miz cover on the former world champion. Carmelo Hayes nearly got the job done, but Miz powers out.
Melo trying to think what he has to do to put Miz away. As noted, he hasn't hit the nothing but net yet. As he's just standing over the Miz right now, looking to. He's going into the cover.
Melo desperately wants this victory, wants to put away the Miz, but the Miz is being so reluctant to stay down. Carmelo Hayes is starting to get more frustrated than he usually is.
Now Melo has Miz. Miz just puts him in the corner again. Maybe looking again for that scoop slam. Miz gets it again, and another DDT, inverted DDT by the Miz.
You would have thought Carmelo Hayes would stop doing this move by now, but the Miz has telegraphed it so much, and there's oh my goodness, what a DDT. But Melo straight back to his feet. Melo's not playing any games. Now immediately has the Miz, sends him into the ropes. Carmelo Hayes has had enough, spins him around, the tilt-a-world. Miz picks the leg, going for a figure 4. Look at him locking it instantly. Carmelo Hayes has nowhere to go. He's got it locked in. Melo is very much trying to get out of the hold. He's struggling. He's in so much pain. He's looking to turn it around again, and he does. The Miz now in the pain and the struggling that Carmelo Hayes was, but both men are struggling back to their feet as Hayes, oh my, what a lariat, turning Miz inside out. Carmelo Hayes has had enough of the Miz, has him by the head, but the Miz continues to fight back with elbows to the gut. This is unbelievable.
Now Miz sending Melo off the ropes, drop down. Now Miz, might have been looking for that big knee to the midsection.
Melo's got him, final cut. Miz is out cold, flows him into the cover. The shoulders are down on the Miz, cover by Hayes. Miz kicks again, are you kidding me?
Miz showing a great deal of resilience here before they go for the tag team championships at Survivor Series this weekend. And now Miz with a big drop kick in the corner. And now looked like he might have been going again for that figure 4, but
floats him back to his feet. Went for the big combination, but now Miz counters with one of his own. Shot right to the gut. Now has him by the head, placing Melo right up against those ropes. Has him right where he wants him. Oh my goodness! Power bomb off the top rope and onto the canvas, sit out style. Miz now floats over. Carmelo Hayes the pin, and for our 2-time Universal Champion and the current tag champ hooks the leg. Melo kicks it too. Oh, but now Miz doing whatever it takes. Oh, look at this. Now using the ropes to his advantage on Carmelo Hayes. That's a very much authority thing to do, but the Miz, whatever it takes to get that gold. Big combination by the A-lister. Irish whipping in the corner. Melo has been neutralized for now. Miz getting a little cocky, talking trash to Carmelo. Almost go for that clothesline, but he folds himself in half. Melo getting out of the way. Now spins it around. Carmelo Hayes. Look at this. Oh my God. The knee right to the back of the neck. Miz is down. First 48 connects. Miz is out. Cover by Carmelo Hayes. Showing that statement. No, Miz kicks again. Oh, and Miz, big kick right to the face, getting immediately back to his feet. Another stomp by Miz. And a kick right to the chest.
Melo rolling over to the corner, trying to compose himself, and now Miz, and I'm just
Face first off the turnbuckle, kicked right to the back. Carmelo Hayes staying in the fight, but oh no. Jesus, for another final cut. Center of the ring, a second one into the cover. Carmelo Hayes getting, no, Miz kicks again.
No.
What is the Miz made of? What are we witnessing right now? Carmelo Hayes is in disbelief. He's gone from anger to absolute shock. He cannot believe that the Miz has not been put away yet as Miz continues to fight back. Skull crushing finale on the tag champ, but Miz isn't done. Miz isn't done. He wants a definitive end. He calls him up again. Big combination. I would have gone for the pin by now, but Miz continues to fight back. Reverse DDT. Mellows down. He's going to win with the Scorpion Death Drop. Cover on Carmelo Hayes. Hooks the leg. Miz gets the victory against Carmelo Hayes. He pins the tag champ.
What a victory for The Miz. And a very good showing by these two men going into Survivor Series. Very good match.
The Miz showing he will do whatever it takes to hold gold once more. To hold that championship, looking to become a Triple Crown champion in A2C is the A-lister alongside R-Truth, looking to become the A2C Tag Team Champions. What a match and what a victory for The Miz.
And now coming up next, we have our 8-man battle royal, 4-man from Emergence and 4-man from Overkill. We'll do battle for the first point of brand warfare, actually.
Indeed, it will be. They thought the start of the weekend was going to be Survivor Series, but no, it starts now as the war between Overkill and Emergence has begun. As you've already said, 4 men from Overkill, 4 men from the brand we're on now, Emergence. As Nick Wayne goes straight after Aleister Black, there's going to be a lot of action to call men. We haven't been introduced. Karrion Kross is hitting Bronson Reed with the Force. I don't know what's going on over there.
4 men representing Emergence, Cedric Alexander, Finn Balor, Karrion Kross of the Red Circle, and Xavier Woods of the New Day. And representing Overkill, LA Knight, Big Bronson Reed, Aleister Black, and Nick Wayne.
Just want to let you know that I just want to let you know you cut all of that wrong. You cut every single one wrong.
Jesus Christ, I'm washed. Okay.
Wrap it
anyway.
Anyway, let me reiterate that. Representing Overkill, Finn Balor, Xavier Woods, Karrion Kross, and Cedric Alexander. Representing Emergence, we have Bronson Reed of the Vision, Aleister Black, LA Knight, and the newly debuted Nick Wayne.
And representing Emergence.
All right. representing Emergence, me. As LA Knight, as Cedric Alexander to the corner, there's just chaos happening in this match thus far. No one has really gotten eliminated. Bronson Reed looking to change that, looking to throw the Megastar out as LA Knight doesn't have much where to go as Bronson Reed looking to use his power and strength, and he eliminates LA Knight, the first one gone. Emergence takes a fall already in this battle royal, but Overkill could be close to one as well, as you saw Karrion Kross in the corner, barely holding on from Aleister Black.
Now, Bronson Reed, just throwing Finn Balor right to the ground and seated senton.
Overkill looks to take a fall here as Bronson Reed eliminates Finn Balor. And Aleister Black immediately right after that, Emergence takes a fall, and then Overkill takes one as Xavier Woods is gone as well. And now Nick Wayne and Bronson Reed, both men from Emergence, fighting each other. Both brands are fighting each other right now. I don't know why. Well, it's even 2-2 right now. Oh, no, it was until Cedric eliminated his own teammate. It's now Cedric Alexander, the only one from Overkill in this match. It's Nick Wayne and Bronson Reed representing Emergence.
Now Nick Wayne.
This young kid fighting. Oh, no, he might go straight to hell. Oh, my God, what a one-handed spine buster by the Auszilla. As he now picks, oh no, he's got him up again. Takes him down, seated senton, dumping himself onto Nick Wayne, but Cedric Alexander from behind trying to sneak himself into the whatever's left of this match. but a sidewalk slam by Bronson Reed. Went for a neck breaker. Alexander, I think, went for one, but no, Bronson Reed now has Alexander. The Irish whip. Sends him over, and overkill. Almost lost the battle royal, but Reed staying in it, or Alexander staying in it. As the big man up, could have been thinking one more check, but he got dropped by Reed. Gets dropped with a bulldog as Reed is dominating thus far. Oh no, he's got Nick Wayne up, dumping on his head. Sit out, Axe Driver.
Now Bronson Reed.
Oh no, oh my. Another Axe Driver by the Auxilla, he's dumb. And okay, Center just getting straight back to his feet. He don't even give a damn. But he's going to get tossed over the top. Reed looking to throw out Alexander. Has him right where he wants him. Overkill could be the first brand to draw blood here. And Alexander's gone. Emergence wins the Battle Royal, but who wins it? It's between Nick Wayne and Bronson Reed. As look at Wayne ducking underneath, doing whatever it takes to float over. There's the Snapdragon to Reed. Nick Wayne trying to fight from underneath against the Auxilla as he calls him up here. Could be going for the unprettier. He's got him sized up. He's got it, and he dumps the Auxilla. But he's getting straight back to his feet. Nick Wayne, his eyes are wide and he can't believe it. But Reed tossed over the top by Nick Wayne. But Reed immediately getting back into the ring. Went for that uppercut there. But no, Reed sends him over the top. Reed almost going to chuck him out of the ring. But no, Nick Wayne straight back into the ring. Reed is fighting and what a clothesline. And out of the second rope. Oh no.
Reed up to the middle rope, calling up Nick Wayne. What could this big ass possibly be doing here? Okay.
Just throwing his weight right into Nick Wayne, and now on the top rope. This is big for Nick Wayne. Tsunami! What? Excuse me? He's getting right back to his feet.
Emergence has already won the Battle Royal, but these two just fighting.
Bronson Reed. Bronson Reed gets the victory, and he wins the Battle Royal. He gets Emergence the first point. And there you see the score is 1-0. The yellow brand has the advantage going in to Survivor Series. I bet you the leader of the division, Seth Rollins, would be very happy with this, knowing that his disciple has drawn first blood in this brand warfare, but it's only going to get even bloodier when we get to this weekend, Elliot, because we have a stacked Survivor Series card this weekend. Let's talk about it.
Survivor Series tomorrow night and Sunday night as well. Let's get through the card as A2C legend and Hall of Famer Austin Theory will be making an open challenge to anyone who wants to step up and glorify in his presence.
And we also have Mascot versus Mascot. From Overkill, we have the American Dragon, and from Emergence, we have Mr. Iguana. Which Mascot is superior? We find out. I love both of these two.
And the match that nobody asked for.
No, everybody asked for it. Everybody asked for it.
Two ups going at it. Shawn Michaels and The Rock.
I can't. I'm honestly, I'm so excited. I can't wait for that match, but I can wait for this match. And I'm kidding, I can't. The Phenomenal Elite, Kenny Omega, Bret Hart, and AJ Styles. One of Bret Hart's two matches here on Survivor Series. They will take on the Red Circle staff with that care filling in for Karrion Kross. Big 6-person tag action.
And we saw these two women go head-to-head earlier tonight. The Queen of the Ring finals, Becky Lynch and Liv Morgan will meet in the Queen of the Ring finals to determine the #1 contender.
And we also have the G1 Climax finals, the men that topped their blocks, the men that nearly went undefeated throughout the entire 2 months. Jimmy Uso, one of his 3 matches will be against the best there is, the best there was, the best there ever will be, Bret the Hitman Hart.
And speaking of Jimmy Uso, he defends his A2C World Tag Team Championship against Awesome Truth, with The Miz and R-Truth looking to claim the World Tag Team Championship.
And of course, we saw the Queen of the Ring tournament earlier. The winner of that match will be facing whoever wins this one. It's a rematch from Overkill a few weeks ago. Sky Blue gets their crack at Roxanne Perez in the Women's World Championship in Perez's first defense of the women's title.
And a 8-man traditional 4-on-4 elimination tag. Angle, CM Punk, and McIntyre, and a mystery opponent versus Team Emergence's Reigns, Moxley, Strickland, and Danhausen.
And we have our big champion versus champion matches. Steve Blackman and Ospreay, all about respect, but it got a little heated during the dual contract signing. Let's see what these two bring to the table. The Oceanic champion and the Genesis champion, the assassin and the man that wants justice.
And a dream match for the ages, champion versus champion. Johnny Gargano of Overkill representing the Authority, and Seth Rollins, the A2C World Champion representing Emergence and the Vision. Gargano and Rollins in the main event.
And that is not all, because we have what this entire show is centered around, and that is War Games. The Authority and the newly reunited Judgment Day, for one night only, will take on each other inside that one gigantic steel cage in 2 rings. But before we get there, Dominic Mysterio finally gets a piece of the game. The Cerebral Assassin, the general manager of Overkill, the head of the snake, Triple H. It's Mysterio and the game to end off Emergence, to send us straight into war this weekend. Here we go.
Here comes the greatest luchador in A2C of all time.
This all started when Dominic Mysterio would lose to the Boogeyman in the main event of Night 1 at All In London in Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. Dominic Mysterio, he would leave to a standing ovation from the crowd, but then he would move to Overkill, where he seemingly tried to put himself into the Authority, taking bullets for Johnny Gargano and helping him retain his Universal Championship. But eventually, Dominic Mysterio would be thawed out of the Authority. He would be beaten to a pulp, and he would be lost. He would, for the first time in A2C, he would be without a family. And that was when he came to the rescue. He wanted the revenge against the Authority. He found an old friend, an old brother in MJF, who instantly forgave his old brother. The Boogeyman took some convincing, but they knew that the Authority was invading. They knew that they had to bring the family back together one more time. One man that took a lot of convincing and still needs a little bit more convincing that this is best for business, as the Authority would usually say, was Ilya Dragunov, who was the final member to join this team, or to rejoin this team. But probably A2C's greatest faction will reunite for one night only. Dominic Mysterio, the Boogeyman, Ilya Dragunov, and MJF. The gold there, and the history and the accomplishments in this match alone is absolutely unfathomable, especially when you have a legend like the game entering the war.
Here comes our CEO. Here comes our boss. Here comes still the general manager of Overkill, I think, right?
Oh, wait a minute.
What the fuck?
Jimmy Uso? We all thought it was going to be Triple H, but I think everyone's been swerved. Jimmy Uso now entering to Triple H's theme and everything. It looks like Jimmy Uso's going to have 4 matches this weekend. I don't know why he'd do that to himself.
So it appears that Dominic Mysterio is going to have to wait a little bit longer to get his hands on Triple H. As we all expected Triple H, but we got Jimmy Uso.
And Dominic does not look happy. Dominic looks displeased with himself. Gonna calm down. Oh, wait a minute from behind. Watch out. Oh no, Carmelo Hayes. We saw him in action tonight, but now it goes after Dominic. Final cut. Dominic has been laid out. It was all a setup, all a ruse, but here comes the Boogeyman. The Boogeyman, I don't know if this is going to happen. He has a Boogie Bump for Hayes. Boogeyman taking down Carmelo Hayes, taking on the tag champ. And the Boogeyman now stands tall over Carmelo Hayes. Oh my goodness, Jimmy just took a chair shot, and there's MJF. MJF now has the salt to the earth, locked in on Jimmy Uso, looking to make him feel the pain. It was too good to be true. I knew Jimmy Uso wasn't competing in 4 matches this weekend. Oh no, but he may have wished he had, because a brain buster on the concrete floor. Jimmy Uso might be dead, but MJF now making his way back into the ring. Oh, but Johnny Gargano's here. Johnny Gargano has his former rival in position for a pedigree. MJF is out cold. Johnny Gargano. Oh, but Dominic from the top rope. Dominic got back to his feet, and he wants the man that betrayed him, that stabbed him, not just in the back, but in the heart. He goes straight after the Rebel Heart. Johnny Gargano, as Dominic now goes to the top rope. God, 10-star frog splash to the Universal Champion.
We were supposed to get a main event match between Dom and HHH.
There's Ilya Dragunov. Ilya Dragunov, he knows he's been wanting to get his hands on Carmelo Hayes for a minute now, as he lines him up for a Torpedo Moscow.
We knew it could get bad like this, Quans, but we didn't know it was going to get bad like, oh
Dragunov.
My God.
Dragunov is everywhere right now. He's taking out Hayes, and now he's going after the other one. Another Torpedo Moscow to Jimmy Uso.
Dragunov is unleashed, unhinged.
Oh, what the game, the CEO, he's got him, pedigree, Triple H is here, and he's laid out Dragunov.
Triple H is here, seemingly in his ring gear, and now Triple H again looking for a
another pedigree on that steel grate on the ramp. Ilya is out, and Triple H looks like he's leaving, but wait a minute, Jon Moxley's here. Jon Moxley and McIntyre's on the red. McIntyre lays him out with a Claymore. It's just like how all this started. The brand warfare is starting to spill out again onto the ramp, and there's a Claymore again by McIntyre, who lays out Moxley. Gargano's still down and out in the ring. Oh, but look at this. The world champion, Seth Rollins, looking to get his licks in on the Universal Champion. Kick to the gut. Rollins lines up the champ. There's the stop by Rollins.
It is chaos. Just hours.
But look at this. Former teacher, former pupil, eye to eye, as Rollins lays out Triple H's current chosen one. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is our next salvo for our next chapter in A2C. That is our next salvo. We will see you this weekend, Saturday and Sunday. Ladies and gentlemen, let the War Games begin!